Buenos dias. Good morning.
What is upstream?
What's up, chat?
Good morning to everyone. Thursday, December 5th. We have another day of trading ahead of us here. And it'll be interesting to see what we get today. I'm excited for it. Yesterday there wasn't a whole lot. We had a little bit of a scalp trade to the upside, a little bit of profit, and then later in the day we actually ended up getting a decent move. Let's take a look at that real fast. Right in here. So yesterday we had a little bit of a scalp here, came back down, and kind of just held. And you look at held this Globex high, pre-market high area. My voice is echoing. Let me. Let's see what's going on with that.
Echo.
All right, one second. Let's see what the echo is here. Let's see what the echo is. I have an idea. I got a new camera. And I'm wondering if it actually follows me around. Let me see if I can figure out what this echo is real fast, and we'll get set up for the market. Let's see.
All right, how's that? Let's check that. Test 1, 2. All right, well, day 2 of the stream going great so far. Better? M Vega, am I better? Let me get back connected here with my... I think this new camera has... All right. Yeah, so I think the new camera had the microphone and it was picking up both. I tried to turn that off and see. Now I got to figure out how to get my camera back here connected. All right. This is why we go live before the market starts, right? All right, here we go. Gotta love new technology, right? All right. Am I back? Am I back? Are we good? All good? Can I get a thumbs up or an okay, a good, something? I don't know what happened here. All right. Follow me for more tech advice. All right. Apple getting a pop here. I just heard some news come across. I didn't hear what it was. All right, well, let's move. Let's go. Let's get the day started now. We do have a new software. Perfect. I see we got some people saying that we're good now. Okay. Boom. All right. There we go. Now it's all connected. Now you see it moving. Okay. Brand new camera, brand new setup, and we have a new software piece starting next stream, which will be next Wednesday. So next Wednesday and Thursday, we'll have another setup here that's going to be even better than this current one that we're in. Perfect. Should I put myself over here? All right. Anyways, let's get the day started here. All right, we'll take a look first. Here's the economic calendar. I zoomed in. I went back and watched yesterday's stream, and it looked like some stuff maybe in a little small for you guys. If you guys have any tips, not tips, but like anything that's doesn't look good on your end, that is, if it's small, blurry, whatever, just throw it in the comments down there or throw it in the chat so I can make sure we get this stream as good as possible for you guys. Like I said, new software coming next week. I'm excited for that. We have, boom, an opening bell right there. We don't have a whole lot today. The only data was kind of this morning, and you look, Fed speaker later, don't really care about much of this. Not worried about the mortgage rates as far as this goes. This is after hours. So we're all good as far as economic data goes, so we can get rid of that. If we look at where we're at, I mean, yesterday, this is what we did, grind up higher. Yesterday I did take a trade in the afternoon off of this. This came back to orb high here. It was also one of the pivot points was right here yesterday. So I did catch a nice little move here into the close, and I think you see this is where I got out right here. I set my my target again from yesterday. So we did have a decent trade in the afternoon after the stream, but as far as today, Globex, what did we do last night? Held. Look at this. So these highs from basically yesterday morning, I mean, you can see just looking at this right here, these tops, and look at these bottoms. That's an SR flip as clear as day. Just draw the visual. So as long as we kind of hold above this, we'll just call it 500 down to 490. As long as we hold above that, it's still super bullish here, but we're also at all-time highs. We're just breaking out, flying, just flying. Nice little push here. Let's jump down to a smaller time frame. And you look at where we closed yesterday and where we're at right now, basically same spot. Previous day high is about to get broken already. Gap fill is off the table because we're basically filling it right now. Let's see what SPY looks like. Yeah, so no gap fills to really focus on today. We have previous day range to watch. We can go off of yesterday's kind of bulk of the action. There. So in the broader scheme of things, what I think, and it doesn't matter what I think, right? It's just kind of trying to paint the picture. So we look at what's happening and what's coming. I mean, look at this. This is an uptrend, right? I mean, there's no doubt about it. Slow grind, fill in all this area down here. We talked about that yesterday. Consolidate, breakout. We're in an active breakout. Where does it stop? I mean, if you know that answer, let me know, because I would love to make a ton of money. I think if anyone knew that for sure, there would be, you'd be making millions and millions of dollars. But what we can do is look for signs. We can look for, different analysis probabilities and put data behind everything. What's in play over on Edgeful? You guys know I love this tool. I use it all the time, and I'm looking at this going, okay, gap fill, probably my favorite one's off the table today. We'll watch for the orb, the IB. We'll check some other reports. ADR. I wouldn't be surprised because we have the jobs number tomorrow, non-farm payroll, which, in my opinion, a lot of people's opinions, is probably the biggest report in the market right now as far as data goes. CPI is big, PCE is big, I get it, but the non-farm payroll once a month, the first Friday of every month, is just a very big technical event that kind of prices in the market, right? Just it gives us kind of very key levels. If you actually look back, it gives us very key levels, and it gives us a lot of information. Gives the Fed a lot of information. We do have the Fed FOMC meeting in a couple weeks, 2 weeks from yesterday, I think. That's on the 18th. All right, we're getting a little bit of rejection here. I would like to see this area tested. Honestly, I would like to see this come back down. Maybe test this gap here. It doesn't even have to go fill it. That's what I would like to see. Or if we just consolidate and have a range day, if we end up setting an orb today that, maybe we get an orb like this, and we could easily just do this all day, just based on what we've been doing. Volume is super light. And it's just as important to not be in trades when you don't have good setups as it is to find good setups to be in a trade, right? So that's a couple things we'll look at here. I look at the book map. I see some orders above us, not a whole lot below us, not a whole lot that just really sticks out to me in general over here on the book map. Microsoft, nice bounce off the open. Let's see what Mag 7's up to. AMD a little bit red, Amazon a little bit red, which Amazon had an insane day. So Amazon had the big day yesterday. If it has a red break-even day today, won't be surprised. Meta did that 2 days ago, and then Meta is basically same thing again today. Meta did the same thing yesterday that Amazon probably does today. Big breakout, and then kind of just go sideways, let other things, make their run. Apple, green. Google green, Microsoft green, everything else. Tesla really green here off the open. A lot of tech pushing, IWM coming down, and SPY at break even, literally at break even. So first part of the market here, I'll jump down to the 5-minute as we let the orb set, and then I'll probably keep this on the 15 like we did yesterday. I'll look at this. Some of this I can take off. Let's reset the chart here and look at stuff. If you guys have any questions, comments, watching anything, let me know. I'd be happy to take a look and see what's going on. This looks like a good target area up here. If we hold 500 to 525, that looks like a good target. 600 to 608. I have the fib extension up there. R1. What else is... Interesting. Our pivot point, this would even be to the downside. New 52-week highs on Tesla I'm hearing right now. Wow. What a market. What a market, guys. SPY coming in a little bit here. This first half hour, I'm probably not gonna touch anything. Did everything sound good? Mark says better now. Tom Gunn, you're watching Mara. Talk about, okay, let's pull up Mara first. I do want to look at Mara here. Oh my goodness. Up 6, almost 7%, 6.5%. This old trend that I need to take off. Mara is an interesting story. Which, first off, let's jump over to this, actually. Look at this Bitcoin. Oh my goodness. I tweeted this out last night. 6 figures on Bitcoin. Shout out to all the crypto hodlers from back in the day. Even if you're newer, congratulations to you too if you've been bullish crypto. What a day to see 6 figures on Bitcoin. That blows my mind if you think about where we came from and how long a lot of you waited for this. I mean, when was this last, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, this was at 15,000. That is crazy. Let's go back to Mara. Mara definitely should be on watch. I mean, look at this gap up and people just fighting. I don't know how you trade it if you're not already in it, because who knows? I mean, at this point, you get into some big speculation. Just like MSTR, I mean, when I see a chart that looks like this, I see, okay, we were here before. There's some resistance here. We were here forever, so it's a big breakout. It could easily keep going. It could easily get stuck here. People could take profit. Is it overbought? I don't know. MSTR is a interesting one because you have to like analyze Bitcoin with it. All right, let's get some eyes back on tech. I mean, this is just a powerful move. Powerful, powerful move. If I look at it this way, yesterday's high to where we pulled back, I mean, that's a full retrace, but I just wonder if people will lock in some profits ahead of tomorrow. Non-farm payroll. Wow, Tesla is screaming over here on my other screen. Hold on. Let me show you guys Tesla. Holy crap. That's a full-on... I mean, Tesla already had a breakout, but this is now a full... How far are we from all-time highs? Oh my gosh. Well, that's exciting. 11%, just under 11%. Interesting. All right, while that is screaming, SPY and Qs are not, but it's a dangerous game to play on the short side until something really like breaks structure and shows me like this market wants to come down. This is a tough spot to be in. A couple more minutes, we'll get that 15-minute orb, and we can look at some of the stats on that. What are you guys watching? What's everybody out there in chat? What are y'all trading? What are y'all watching today? Energy having a bounce back day. That's tech right there. Banks are green. Healthcare, industrials down a little bit. It's weird when almost all the indices start moving together. Gosh, I really want to short this thing, but I can't like bring myself to look at this and see a short. Bob's watching QQQ, yeah. Man. So this is where, for me, in my style of trading, my strategy, it's as important as ever to kind of let the day set up a little bit. The first, get the first half hour out of the way, get that orb set, and then kind of trade off of that. I mean, I look at this and I go, this is insane. Yesterday's closing price right there. We're underneath yesterday's closing price. Tesla, Tesla is up 40% year to date. We opened up just below yesterday's high here. Where was the gap fill? Did we open up? Yeah, we opened up on it. So, a big thing for me, reversal third. Monty Black. Reversal Thursday on QQQ. I would love today to be a reversal profit taking comeback test day. That would be fantastic, honestly. Because trying to trade this, I mean, some of you guys are probably killing it. Somebody out there is probably killing it with this. When we get up here in price discovery mode, I have to slow down. The way I trade a lot based off historical levels and trends, setups, break a structure, those type of things. And there's no structure to go off of when you get up here. There's just nothing up here. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I'm looking at this 30-minute chart here. So this is what I would call a trap zone. Let's draw a box around it. Let's draw something on the chart since not much trading right now. So I'm probably gonna go. Let's go to like right here. So over this little box is probably even down to here. I guess 520. I mean, as long as it's like supporting this, then it probably goes and sees these targets. If we see these targets, I will try to look for some type of reversal. If we break here, I think we're going to see this pretty easily. And then maybe we try to take a reversal off of that. Or a back test. Like if this comes down, does something like this and rejects, we can take it to here. Up here, I'm not even excited. I mean, everything in the world's telling me this thing is super bullish and don't try to fade it here, but it's still a tough buy for me. It's still a tough buy for me. Reversal Thursday is an interesting idea there. We can actually look at that. Let's take a look at some data on Thursdays. Performance by weekday. What has Thursday's been doing? Thursday's been our biggest green day. What is this? Minus 1.09. So not telling me a whole lot on the performance by weekday. Let's see. What are our chances of... Okay. Here's something maybe to work with. The weakest day on QQQ is Thursday. Interesting. I'm actually going to tweet this out. Over the last 6 months. Well, Monty Black, there we go. Something to try to work with, maybe. Microsoft coming down. Tesla is flying. Any of you guys watching this Tesla? Oh my gosh. Look at this. This 5-minute chart. Look at this 5-minute chart. That's insane. Oh wow. Microsoft breaking into pre-market lows here. Nvidia right back to where it started. Google at pre-market lows. Meta coming down a little bit. And Amazon's popping. So still a mixed bag. Apple right at all the pre-market areas. We need something to start moving in a direction together. Like, or not something. We need some things, multiple things. That is interesting, though. I just tweeted this out. So what this report is measuring, for those that, if you're interested, QQQ's performance on, it says Fridays down there. I don't know. I want Thursdays. Well, ignore this. That's just for the example, I guess. But essentially, what we're looking at is that. So you see 35% of the time or 65% of the time on Friday is what that explainer's saying. 65% of the time we have green days on Friday. That's the third highest. So if you look QQQ, on average over the last 6 months, it's been strong at the beginning of the week, faded, and then that kind of end of week little rally. So if anything, Thursday, today, maybe we get a pullback. Maybe that's what we need as far as data goes. Until we lose something down here, some decent size on the book map. Until we lose something down here, I tend to want to be short. But I can't really, you can't short into this. SPY is holding. Microsoft just broke pre-market lows. I mean, maybe some of these big names start to break down. That needs. Well, if we are going to get something, maybe it's today. We have our 15-minute orb, so let's see what that looks like. Robinhood just released index options. Interesting. Now IWM's catching a bounce while everything else is not. It just looks like they're still buying every dip. Even though I think it should be a short at some point today, I just think it's still going to be tough. Guys, we may just be chilling a little bit today if this doesn't start moving or doing something. Yes, I do have multiple. I have my own YouTube channel as well, and I have I'm in a Discord with I work in a Discord with about 4 other analysts. If you go to my Twitter profile, there's links to everything that I have in my bio there. Why it's slow here? Definitely down in the description below this video, there are links to all of Edgeful's socials. Make sure you follow all of them. And if you haven't tried Edgeful, you have to try it. How many of you down here are using Edgeful? Just curious. Those that are watching and those that are in chat down here, how many of you guys are using Edgeful? So QQQ is coming in, even though, look, tech is coming down. You see, we're coming down, but SPY is still holding in strong. Ooh, AMD getting beat up a little bit. Wow, Tesla, what a move. Garrett, you're using Edgeful, awesome. If you have it, if you haven't tried Edgeful out, you have to try it. I mean, there's so much on here as far as like putting. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a scalp. Look at this right here. First off, I mean, if you're a scalper, just short-term trader, if you're a day trader that trades throughout one day to the next, or swing trader, it's got stuff for everyone built in here. They're adding stuff all the time. This has been one of my favorite tools. QQQ is getting beat up here. All right. I'm gonna give this a few more minutes. We're gonna get our 10 a.m. Eastern will be our 30-minute orb set. And look, we're right into, I mean, 500's this whole number. This right here is somewhere. Interesting. Yeah, when we get this orb, then maybe we'll see what we can cook up here. Alright, we're about to get the 30-minute orb, which is my preferred method. Steven says, the algo brought me here. Well, shout out to the algo. Shout out Algo for bringing Steven here to the crowd. We appreciate everyone that tuned in. like I said, we love to do live trading. We love to analyze things as they're happening, but without a high probability setup, I don't recommend taking trades. I can't do that. I have to have some layers of confluence in something that makes me feel strong about it. I mean, interesting. I I'm going through multiple things here. You see, this bottom wick is interesting here as we come into the hourly close. All right, that sets our 30-minute orb as well. And SPY is flying right now, so it's tough to be short QQQ when SPY is pushing high of day and breaking the 15-minute orb and 30-minute orb high here. To me, that's inherently bullish. If anything, I'd want to be long in Q, but it's hard to long into VWAP in this. I mean, if you got long down here, you trim here and try to hold it through. If you're looking for a short, maybe in here. But SPY is absolutely flying. Google expanding self-driving taxis to Miami. Interesting little news story there just came out. SPY breaking previous day high here. So there. Let's go to that. Let's go to that report and look at the data that goes with that. Previous day's range. That was on SPY. Let's get over to SPY. I think this is going to go higher short term. It's a tough buy. Yesterday afternoon was a tough buy too, but you just got to know your context of what the market's doing. Previous day's range. So read this right here. Every time one day breaks its previous day's high or low and how it closes that day. So here's the example. Previous day high broken. 78% of the time today's going to close green now. 78% chance that we close green. That's a strong data point. So SPY itself and look at it go. Previous day high, we broke over orb high. That's a very strong stat. So now I don't want to look for this really. It's still possible, but it's not as probable. Based on that, that makes me want to get long in Q somewhere. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, we came down to this 400 or 500 area, upper 490s. That's probably the spot to get long, and you look how quickly they got long. Kyle's looking at Dixie. Is Dixie finally coming in? This is actually a good sign. Dixie has been on a crazy run. I mean, there's no short really on the table. Look at SPY. This is a flag break on the 4 hour. Full on break. I want to get long somewhere. 520 maybe. VWAP. If you get that. Maybe here. It's tough. Nvidia's coming into VWAP. Some of your bigger players aren't like super strong right now though, even though SPY is absolutely flying. I wonder what's pushing SPY so strong. Is it energy stocks this morning? And banks? Yeah, look at banks. Banks are strong. Energy's been, I mean, let's look at the perspective here. Energy's been getting beat up, but it's getting a bounce, finally. XLF is banks. Yeah, so some of those are heavily weighted in SPY, obviously. Ooh. This is what I'm worried about. You got divergence here. You've got QQQ red and SPY green. You have your bigger names. Your bigger names are coming in a little bit. I mean, look at your Mag 7 kind of names. Nvidia's red. 15-minute on Nvidia. Yeah, I couldn't buy it up there. And look, we basically rejected VWAP in the EMAs. And we're headed down here to test this area. That's why it was a tough buy. I have to, I'm going to take my hands, put them right underneath me. So I just sit on them right now because I don't see any solid setups just yet. I do see Microsoft right at pre-market low again. Bear flag making that lowercase h. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Go to the 5-minute here. So bulk of yesterday's value is right here on Microsoft. And you see as we come down here, this is when I say lowercase h, you see this and then you see that. And look what the orb is. So it came down 15-minute orb. If you watch that one, broke it, came back. It's rejecting 15-minute orb, looking for continuation downside on Microsoft. I mean, where does it continue to? Probably down here somewhere, if it can get through, you know, the midday lows of the previous day. But once again, we're in a very tough trading environment. If you guys are curious about that, I mean, this is a tough trading environment. Need some like music or something. The other software that we're gonna use for streaming starting next week. We're gonna do Wednesday and Thursday again. There's Microsoft trying to make a new low. So that Microsoft's playing out a little bit. That's probably the best looking setup I have. Nvidia though is getting bought up. Look at this, getting bought up. No, so Wednesday and Thursday we're gonna be doing our streams. on here on the Edgeful YouTube channel. The new software we've got should be set up. We were working on it last night and this morning. Next week, it'll have some background music, some visuals, some more features. I'm excited to get that going. That little background music's nice, and the way YouTube is, it has to be like non-licensed, non-copyright music, so I can't like play music for you guys or anything during the channel, but I was listening in. So I have this. This is connected to my laptop that has a squawker in it, and everything with my computer, and just multiple things coming out this year. This year, I have a different headphone in. I'm on X Spaces right now. I'm not speaking because I'm hanging out with you guys, but I am listening to what they're saying, what they're calling out in real time over there. So when I hear things either way, I'll pass that along, try to bring you guys as much value as possible. Could you point me toward the easy trading environment? Bob, the easy trading environment is when you have, for one, it's when you have something to go off of, right? If you've been in a certain trend and broken it, and am I echoing again? When you've been in a certain trend and broken it and gone the other way, you finally, I don't know, when you create a new trend, when you've got some historical support levels, something like that, to me, the hardest place to trade is all-time highs. Just for me, right? Everyone's a little bit different, but just for me. Alright, let me go through the comments here. Pardon, just took a sip of coffee. Was leading to Top Step or Apex promos. Dwayne, I don't know. There's a lot of prop firms out there. Make sure you do your research on prop firms. Just because I'm on Edgeful's channel here, I'm not going to promote or advocate for any certain one. But I definitely would, I would say do your research on them. There are a lot of cells that probably just ended, but a lot of them still run different cells throughout the time. A lot of people have discount codes. I don't do the affiliate thing with any of those, but the only thing I would say is make sure you research into your prop firm. Once again, I'm not going to promote or mention any certain prop firms on this stream. That's not my place and not the correct place to do this, but just make sure you research if you are going to use a prop firm. They are great tools for a lot of things, especially for trading. So check them all out, and look around. Shoot me a DM on X, and I can see. I know there's a few codes for a few different places, and then some don't ever really do discounts, but they're solid services too. So, you know, we can look into that at some point if you want to have that conversation, or if you do have any questions, happy to at least provide my experience in a private setting. M Vega, how often do I stream? So I just started this with Edgeful. I jump on, so I was doing about 1 or 2 streams a month just on my own channel. And then just yesterday was the first day, so going forward, I'm going to do twice a week over here on Edgeful for a couple hours each Wednesday and Thursday morning. We may adjust the schedule at some point if it just works out better for everyone, but the plan now is Wednesday and Thursday mornings for a couple hours. I also join a couple other guys stream as as kind of a guest or co-host. Ace the Kid, Jordan, Paper Gains on Mondays, and some other stuff that we work on. So if I'm not live on here, I'm usually live somewhere else as well. And every day, all day on X Spaces, not streaming. I like the streaming though, much better. So
when I look at like X Spaces is great, right? Because you have multiple people up there and people can easily join in and listen, but there's no visual. This streaming is so much better when you actually have the visual to look at. Yes, Dwayne. Edgeful rocks. Edgeful rocks. Edgeful is. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but you talk about a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. I need the leverage and learning how. It's not. Yeah, for. Oh, Dwayne, you're talking about the prop firms. Yeah, it's. I mean, if you think about before, like prop firms were really a thing, how many traders like myself lost a lot of money trying to learn, and we didn't have tools like Edgeful either. So that's another big thing here. So I want to go back to something I talked about yesterday, which once again I tweeted out on Monday. We look for multiple layers of confluence, right? We want multiple things lining up going the right direction. We want probabilities and statistics in our favor. We want confluence with multiple levels or moving averages, and the more you have, the better your trade is, the better risk reward you can make, the better probability you have the trade works out, right? The more confluence, that's what we look for. Right now, the two things I've really looked at this morning, QQQ possibly, I mean, on the weakest day of the week, that's kind of interesting to say. Thursdays being the highest probability of a red day for QQQ. And I see some of these big names that are struggling a little bit here early in the session. We're 45 minutes in here. But I pulled up this. We looked at this previous day range on SPY, broke to the upside. That's the 78% chance we're going to have a green day. So now what do, Bob? Go to Miss Cleo? Is that what I do? What did Miss Cleo say for today? Spaces lag. Yeah, Spaces lag is interesting because it's like if you're a speaker, you hear everybody in real time, but the listeners hear us like 10 to 15 seconds later. Which I know there's a slight lag with YouTube. I don't know how much this built-in lag is. When you stream, there has to be a little bit of a built-in lag. It's usually 10-15 seconds, but it is still there. And look, if you FOMO'd into the short here off of VWAP, you got your head ripped off. If you FOMO'd into the long on this break, you're still sitting here. I do like this this look of what we're doing. If you look at QQQ here, 15-minute orb broke and reclaimed, and look at these upper wicks. You see it's supporting on the orb low here, which is also essentially, if I just put my cursor here, essentially all this action we had after hours and pre-market, it's a little bit of a support level here. We need to break that. Need to get over this again. IWM coming down. Moderna's taken off. Oh, they're saying that RFK Jr.'s odds of being nominated or being confirmed in his nomination have dropped. So yeah, vaccine stocks, Moderna, and some of the stocks are having a decent pop here. Let's see what I have those somewhere on my watch list down here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, there's a big pop there. IWM getting beat up still, but where is it really going? This is starting. I mean, this is starting to look like a big old flag on IWM. We can turn off some of this and just look at this. I thought I deleted these levels yesterday. I almost want to get swing long on IWM, but this is what I'm looking at right off the bat here.
Tell me IWM doesn't look great. Even if it breaks down to like this area, I mean, even if it does something like this a little bit more, it came down to this area, I mean, I would want to get long. And if this breaks this somewhere, so like RTY, for those that trade futures, RTY, when it moves, it goes in a direction, it really moves. That's just how IWM and RTY is the future of that. M2K, if you need the minis, that's actually probably the most recommendable is, you know, get M2K, the micro, the micro, not the mini, micro RTY is M2K. But if we can get something like, where's my path? There it is. If we can get this to break out up here somewhere, on this break, whatever day this actually happens, I will 100% be getting long RTY and take that one for a little ride. It catches trends and it likes to catch them early in the day. If you've noticed, like yesterday, early trend popped up, early trend already today. Look at these moves. Look, I bottomed here and went whoop. Let's keep this trend on watch though. IWM. I like that the look of this flag. And like I said, you can draw it multiple ways. We'll kind of see how this this plays out, but even something like this, I mean, multiple ways, pin-up flag, whatever you look at, I like that. You talk about a historical level on this level on oil. There's an interesting trend line there. Well, this consolidation on gold is disgusting. Oh, Ethereum's almost at 4K. Alright, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I definitely think today could be a very slow consolidation day because of tomorrow's job report. I'm just analyzing this. So we have a high, basically lower high so far. If we don't hold this, which our 30-minute orb is lower, which is what I watch a little bit closer. But sometimes you got to find what's setting up in the moment. SPY is finally cooling off. Now, based on this break, which it was a quick break, but I mean, the probabilities aren't great that we have a red day, but we definitely could. I mean, just like any of these, 22% of the time, that's still, you know, basically 2 out of 10. It's not something I would bet on, but it's I don't know, I'm just looking at the price action, wondering how possible it is. Nvidia getting a big down candle here. So Nvidia breaking bottom. Ooh, AMD getting ugly. Tesla doesn't give any care, we'll put it nicely. about what's going on with the rest of the market. Nvidia, that's a big down candle. I still wouldn't be surprised if we just have a complete range day. I'd prefer it to come in today, but we'll wait and see what sets up. SPY coming down heavy here. Five more minutes, we'll have our IB as well to kind of look at. Let's go to a 15-minute chart and just get a picture of today. So far, this doesn't tell me anything, guys. I think it is important. Guys, you look at QQQ. I'm looking at my screen over here. QQQ and Nvidia, I know you guys can't see this very clearly. It's the same chart. They look the exact same almost. It's wild. Let's see. Going through Mag 7. I just don't see anything. Well, as predicted so far, nothing. Probably a slow fade. Got different confluence going in different directions, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I can show you guys. So I watched Mag 7 a lot. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. This is Robinhood Legend. Here, let me move my guy over here. Well, actually, you know what I can do? I'm going to do this real fast. This is for those that have Robinhood or are interested in the or follow Robinhood as a story. Here's the Legend. This is kind of their new platform. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it does look pretty cool. But it is easy just within a web browser to open this up and have multiple charts. And so I created this setup. I have all 7 Mag 7 names here and the watch list down here. So I can check in on this because those are what move the market the most, right? So if I pull this up, I don't have to cycle through charts or whatever. I can just get a picture of what they're all doing. Look at Amazon pushing right now. Tesla's hitting resistance, but look how much it's up. Google, this is kind of a bear flag break, but does it hold kind of your orb low area down here? Meta, I mean, none of this really looks good. Microsoft, this is a decent little push here. But anyways, that's what Robinhood Legends looks like, if anybody's curious. They're doing all kinds of stuff. I heard a while ago that, like I said, they were launching index options finally. So like SPX, which they hadn't had before. I really want to get short, but this is not ideal. Sometimes the hardest part of trading is just being patient and waiting for setup. I don't know. What do you guys tell me in the chat? What do you guys do when you're trying to not overtrade? If you're avoiding overtrading or taking bad trades, what do you do to avoid those? How do you occupy yourself? Yesterday I was playing GeoGuessr. I don't know if you guys have ever played that. I played GeoGuessr for like 2 hours yesterday afternoon to stay away from taking a poor trade. I took the one long and I just left it, and I had it over in the corner of my screen, and I just sat there and played GeoGuessr. Garrett says games or scroll social. Yeah. So I try to find something. I'll get on. I'll have conversations with people. I'll jump around to different. I always am watching the market. I'm listening to the news. I'm in tune with what's going on. But sometimes you sit here and I'm looking at this. I'm like, I want to short this. I want to long this. I want to short. And it's like I don't have good confluence. I don't have good setups. I just. That's where you get yourself into trouble, and real fast, especially on futures, because you can sit there and get in and out trades, and you're like, well, I'll try a short here with a tight stop, and then you get stopped, and you're like, okay, I'll try a long here, and then you get stopped on the other side, and the market hasn't gone anywhere, and you've taken 2 losses. Jesus, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo andamos? ¿Todo bien? Appreciate you joining in. Jesus says, I just keep trading and get smoked. Need to work on patience. Yeah, patience is key. Major key. Major key, guys. Easier said than done, but major key. So, and that's part of, I know it's boring just sitting here doing nothing, but we're here to make money, right? We're here to make money. We're not here to trade. We're here to make money. Really, if you think about it, trading is what makes us money, but we're not here to trade and just execute trades. It's not like a pickup basketball game at the gym where you're just running games. We're here to win. SPY has been steadily coming down, which is interesting because the way it looks like it's kind of invalidating this, breaking previous day high, because look how it just wicked into it on the 15-minute. Interesting. Market's been open for an hour. And since we started this stream, other than I appreciate you guys that helped me with the mic thing. I'm glad y'all pointed that out to me. We got everything. Like I said, the stream's gonna be even better next week. We're gonna keep getting better and better. Nice visuals. Got some background music coming. Some other cool features. But what I said early in the stream here was our current environment is all-time highs, slow grind, slow volume, and we just broke out and made a nice move yesterday. Hey, look at yesterday's move, right? Gap up, didn't fill the gap, just continued, closed at highs. Strong trend, strong trend. Nothing's breaking the trend. Nothing is, we're not running into any overhead supply or anything. We're just in price discovery mode. But who's actively buying it up here? I don't know. That's a good question. Who wants to stick their neck out before an important economic data tomorrow? Plus, when you have big days in the market, this is just kind of general knowledge stuff here. When you have a big outsized day in the market or a big outsized move, you usually consolidate. So like a recent example, you look at this kind of big up move here, you consolidated here, big down move actually. So from here to here, big down move, consolidated. Now we made a big up move, and look at this consolidation. We're breaking out of that consolidation, big gap up here. Wouldn't be surprised to see this go sideways. I really wouldn't. The market runs and it rests. It's like it's like when you compress something, like a spring. Like you compress that spring and then you let go and it pops in a direction, right? That's what the market's constantly doing. It's expanding and then it's contracting back down. Here that Roblox is flying. Oh wow. Holy. Look at this RVLX. Roblox is absolutely screaming. Absolutely screaming to the upside. What else is moving, guys? What are you? Whoa, American Airlines. Whoa, you talk about American Airlines. All the airlines doing well. Airlines love to run together. They get moving, they all move, and then they don't. MSTR break even after, look at this, profit taking Bitcoin over 100K. We may have to flip over and start scalp day trading Bitcoin, but it's also in full breakout all-time high mode. I mean, looking everywhere for some confluence. I will say this is a heavy level right here, 6,100. It's the next kind of gamma level, whole number level. There's a lot of orders that have been sitting up here for a while. I was watching on the book map yesterday, all night and this morning. It's going to be a tough level to break. There's a ton. Look at things moving in opposite directions. This is not even this is wild. So first you have QQQ with the weakness and SPY with the strength. Now you have SPY with the weakness. QQQ trying to show strength. 5 minute shows it a little more clear. Weakness on QQQ and then trying to get some strength going. SPY initial strength, big fade. So IB, do we get a double break on IB today? Alright, we've broken or blow. We failed up here, we've broken or blow, and we're breaking pre-market low. We have a session gap to here. And you wonder if we don't come test this. QQQ now diverging the opposite way, but here's the lower high. I think you could try a short here again. If we're going to continue down. That's a tough look. It's a tough look. If I had to guess something, if you held a gun at me, I would say down. But do you want to short QQQ is the stronger one when SPY's coming down to the... Yeah. I'm tempted to try something. And that's not a good... It's not a good feeling to have. I may try a small... No. I don't want to do it. I feel like you could try a short here. And aim for this. We're still under EMAs, we're still under VWAP, rejecting up here, lower high, lower high, lower high. I think we're going to come down here. I think QQQs will catch up to SPY. If SPY breaks this pre-market low, or after hours low, it broke pre-market low. If it can break this area, and it may take like another candle or two to do it, but you have some room down to here, and that would have QQQ maybe come test the... I mean, it should break one of these two sides. If I had to guess which one, I would say it's probably going to break the lower side of the orb. No breaks is pretty rare. I'm going to go to the report and see what it looks like. I'm trying to find some type of confluence even for a small trade. I just think SPY, I said this yesterday, SPY is the stronger one, and usually tech catches up to it. Usually. Doesn't have to. Usually. Microsoft's kind of strong though still. I don't... This isn't fun, guys. Oh, I see a question in the chat down there. Vega, does Edgeful have XRP? Hold on, let me finish this report and then we'll take a look at crypto real fast. So I went to the 30-minute because that's what I'm using here. No breaks. No breaks during the next candle. Or, I mean, throughout the day. No breaks is so rare. During the next candle. We should break this 30-minute orb. And if I had to guess, we're going to break it down. So the short idea, I think, is going to be the better one. Let's see if it'll play out to the downside here. And remember, QQQ's weakest day is today. It's Thursday. All right, let's take a look at crypto. What crypto do we have here? Check this out, Vega. There's your XRP. XRP. What do you want to see? You want to see performance? Here's performance by weekday. If there's a certain report you want to see on XRP, let me know, Vega, and I'll pull it up here and we can take a look. If you're not familiar with all the reports, there's all kinds of different things we can look at. All kinds of reports we can look at there if you're interested. And I think you could short here and risk this. What would that risk be? See if you short right here. Oh, that's a long position. We want a short position. We want a short. Let's see. You could risk 10 points to try to get 20 for the minimum. 2-to-1 risk reward. And what I'm looking at here, I mean, it's not really any type of trend yet. I mean, you see lower highs all the way through. We really need to come down here and break this to make it look better. SPY though, I'm watching, this is your pre-market low. So if it breaks pre-market low and immediately rejects here, I I don't like this little tweezer it's trying to put in, but if it rejects here and doesn't get back over this, then that's immediate rejection, would be good to see. If it comes back into here and rejects and comes back through, then it is continued downside. But if it puts in a bullish engulfing here and a strong, do they buy the dip again, then you just wait and still do nothing. Yeah, so like you wouldn't want it to go any higher than right here. Let's see. If you took that short here, I haven't taken any, I mean, I'm just not a fan of this. I just don't like the short, because if SPY does it, yeah, look at this. Bullish engulfing, it's probably going to come up into this. Look how tight my VWAP bands are. These are usually very far apart. Look at yesterday. I mean, see yesterday how far apart they were? And then look how tight this is. This thing needs to make a move somewhere or the other. Midpoint of the orb is right where this line is. I mean, there's no confluence here. There's no trade here. As bad as I want there to be a trade here, there's no trade here right now for me. I would still lean short side, but this doesn't make me feel good about the short anymore. Like I mentioned earlier, we need to get up here and do something constructive, or we need to break down here. We need to break this bottom area. Is there still echo going on? So I have a microphone here. I have a Snowball microphone, and I just got the camera yesterday with its OBS bot or something. I don't know. It's got some AI stuff. It's got the following feature and stuff. It has a built-in mic. I tried to turn it off a while ago. The issue is I'm on OBS, and we're about to flip off of OBS. Bob says no echo. Okay, interesting. We are coming down a little bit, by the way. We're gonna get all those audio issues worked out. We got all the equipment. We just gotta tinker with the settings, and we're switching software after today, so we'll be all good and fired up. All right, so this has still got a break, And I think we are going to break it. Yeah, Bob, nothing I feel comfortable taking a shot at, and I rarely ever feel comfortable with any trade. Well, I mean, if you think about it, when you are like debating in your head about a trade and it's not jumping off the screen at you, even if you're trying to convince yourself to take a trade, if it's not really jumping off the screen at you, it's a tough call. What if I try this right here? I just tried one other thing. Somebody let me know what it sounds like right now as we try to break. Come on, break the sword blow. That's what I thought would happen. Alex, what does it sound like now? I tried to mute Mike. Did it mute myself there for a little bit? Oh, it was better. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it this way. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because I don't know. OBS is not the main thing I typically use. I typically use a different software. All right. Appreciate everyone in the chat. There we go. Now we're breaking. If you took the short up in this area based on that, look at SPY. SPY's not breaking. Oh my goodness. That you got to trim going into that orb. Is it going to break, or is this the dip buy? This could be a liquidity sweep dip buy. I don't know. I don't feel good about it either way. I want it to get away from this box. We did take out the Globex low. We've broken orb. We're breaking. I want this thing to continue down. But we really need to close outside of this orb right here. But we did break, like I said. It looked like we were going to break one side or other of the orb. The stats told me that we were going to break one of the two. And if we were going to break one, it looked like it was going to be the bottom. We have broke the bottom. But are we going to be range bound and reclaim? Look at SPY. Put in this tweezer, came back and tested it, and it's sitting right here at pre-market lows. I don't like it. Alex, I do appreciate you helping out there in the chat. IWM turning around now. Things are all doing this right now. Some things are moving, some things are not. Boy, what a day. Expected, right? I guess that's the only thing that we can say. We're not getting chopped up by this because we looked at data, we looked at the overall picture, we looked at the environment, what's coming on the economic calendar, and we know that there's just not a whole lot to work with right now. Where is that pivot point down there? 57? 457. This may be a day where I sit here and do nothing until we get away from this box. yeah, until we get away from this, I'm probably not going to do much of anything today. And I'm probably going to, whichever direction it goes, I'm probably going to play it back towards there. To be 100% honest. Meta just made a new low of day. Google made a new low of day. Apple basically, yeah, new low of day, pre-market lows. Nvidia's hanging in there strong. Microsoft's hanging in there very strong. Amazon just made a brand new high of day. We in the box, Bob. In the box. And look what we're doing here. We bounce back up. What's in the box, Bob? Everything. Everything's in the box except for Roblox we looked at a while ago. And Bitcoin's not in the box, I guess. Boy, MSTR may be an epic short at some point. Some people don't want to hear that, but I think it's going to be I know it's going to be an epic short at some point, but it may be one now. It's just getting way ahead of itself. What a day. Nothing going on. Does this look any different than QQQ if we go to the futures side of what's in play? Look how small this orb is. 32. Wow. We've had a breakout every single day on futures for the last 5 in a row. And then finally today we have a breakdown on that. That's a strong trending market. Check the 30-minute. The hourly. That is a pretty... Look at that. Tells me nothing. This is definitely an important level, though. You look at all these hourly candles here. Important area here. We'll probably see this area, a lot of stuff happening in the next week or two. Slow fade was my main prediction today, so we'll see. Slow fade or chop to the side. The thing that was interesting was SPY breaking that previous day high briefly and then getting slammed back down. Double break there on the orb. Like Netflix chart is amazing, by the way. Check that out. And they're about to have live NFL on Christmas Day. I mean, Netflix is probably going to 1,000 by Christmas. I got about 15 minutes still left on the stream. We'll see if something happens. And maybe 2 hours of don't take a trade. If any of you are taking trades, let me know. I'm curious to know how it's going. I mean, some of you probably, if you're playing the edges of this, I mean, if you're a scalper, I mean, 100%. I can scalp every once in a while. I'm just not a big fan of scalping. I like to get an entry around an edge or a key level, de-risk the trade, and then let it work for me. That's kind of my approach. Well, maybe a 2 coffee type of day for me. I was actually going to do a live with Andre, the CEO here at Edgeful, on X, and have him go over some reports and stuff like that. But we looked at it. I was talking to him yesterday, I believe, or day before. And yeah, I think it was Tuesday night. And we're like, hey, do you want to move it out a week or two? Because the market, just a slow grind, low volume, just not a usually not a very fun trading environment. So we decided we were going to push that back a week or two. I think we're going to do it like the week of the 15th, 20th, somewhere in there. Our total range since we opened, it's 47 points to the downside and 16 points to the upside. I mean, what's our New York session range? Let me show you guys this, just because it's so slow right now. We have a total range of 63 points. We'll call it 64. It's basically, like we're holding or below still, but we're in a downtrend, lower highs at 64 points. Let me show you a report that I like here. I use this one for targets a lot. Well, if I get it to load over here, there we go. That's on my end, not their end. I know it's easier to get to under volume. Volume and range by weekday. There we go. Look at Thursdays. Thursdays is usually our biggest range, right at 300 points. This is New York session, right at 300 points on average. And we're at 64. 64. We're not even... somebody run the quick math on that. 64 out of 300. See, that's probably a fifth. So what's that, like 20%? 20% of our average range on Thursdays over the last 6 months. Oof. We're at 40% of our current ADR. That's daily. Yep, nothing happening. SPY still sitting here. It is holding, it is holding under. And it could, like, slow trickle. And like I said earlier, I said it could take a few more candles before it breaks down. Maybe it does. We've wicked through and broken the order, but we haven't even closed a candle down here on it. We are rejecting the 9 EMA now. We're outside the outer VWAP band. You look at this objectively, and it's been down more than it's up. It's weaker overall, just so far this morning. But there's no confluence here, guys. There's nothing that tells me to take a trade either direction. Nvidia's pushing back up here. Apple was breaking down, but it's still, it's outside of the orb there. Slightly red. Yesterday's close, if I turn on gap fill, I like to use it. So yesterday's close is right here. So slightly red. That's the other way I use this gap fill indicator, is to see previous day's close. Oh. Something tells me AMD wants to hold this level and come back up. Look what Microsoft's doing. Meta's at the lows. Amazon's been strong. Maybe if you're looking for a trade, it's Amazon. Google. It may be another day of me playing GeoGuessr. Banks are green. I don't see anything, guys. Do y'all see anything? I don't see anything. But predictable. Predictable. Here's the big thing that I'm looking at tomorrow, though, the jobs report. 8:30 a.m., an hour before open tomorrow. This will be a very interesting number. And they always they go back and revise it all the time. Who really knows? But this is the biggest mover of all the data points. This seems to be the biggest mover. And the levels that it creates turn out to be very key technical levels for a long time. Yeah, Bob, not a thing. Not a thing going on, but we're hanging out. Hanging out here, doing nothing. And I will remind people, I do firmly believe this. When it comes to trading, the best traders I know, and a lot of the successful people that I've tried to learn from and that I follow and take advice from, try to whatever I can learn from, right? They do a lot of things, or they sit around doing nothing for a lot of the time. A lot of the best traders I know do nothing 80% of the time. And I think that's true for a lot of trading. A lot of trading is being able to do nothing for a long period of time and then acting when you do have the setup. A lot of sitting around doing nothing. Yeah, I've got Mag 7 names going different directions right now. Biggest stocks in the market that have the highest beta going different directions. Everything in a low volume breakout. No clear back tests of anything. No clear direction on anything. Goodness gracious. Bob wants a big flush. I wish. Bob, if we get a big flush, I'll be buying it. I'll have to buy it. We get a big flush down here, I will 100% be buying this area if we get a flush down here. This area right here, I will 100% try it here. Yeah. I want to play the short down to it, but we may not even get the flat. We may have an orb day. I mean, we may have a day that just ping pongs. I mean, we could have a day that does this all day. This could literally be what today looks like. We know it's not going to do this, though. We know if it starts moving to the left, we know it's an issue. But shout out to all of you guys, 20 of you still hanging out with us here this morning. Slow morning of trading. But it's important. It's important not to trade just because you want to trade. If you get bored, go open your long-term portfolio and look how long it's come, or look how far it's come this year. If you get bored, that's one of my favorite things to do. I try not to open my long-term stuff because I don't want to tinker with it. I want to leave it alone. I don't want to be tempted to trade it or anything. I trade futures and I do some option stuff, but mostly I'm doing long swing options and I'm doing futures day by day. My long-term like swing options and equity, I don't even want to look at it because I don't even want to be tempted most of the time. But every once in a while, it's nice to sign in and look at it and go, wow, we are up very nicely this year. Actually, if you think about back to like October of last year, even further back than that, it's moved really nicely. But if you go back to like Halloween of last year and look at how far we've come, Bob, that is 1,000% correct. Bob, the other software I'm going to be able to pop your comments up on the stream. So I'll be able to put like on the screen right here, I can highlight comments, questions, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be really cool. If you've seen other people do that on stream, that's what we're getting set up. We almost had it ready for today, but we didn't want to rush it. We want to make sure we get everything in place there. But that being said, I wish I could put Bob's comment right there on the stream. Not taking a trade is a big part of staying profitable. I could not agree more with that statement, actually. It is a huge thing. I don't like to speak in generalities or like blanket statements, you know, like absolutes or anything. But just as a general rule of thumb, if you're always taking a trade somewhere or another, it's a recipe to get chopped up. And if you chase this short, you're getting chopped up. You're probably getting stopped out now. I mean, look, holding or blow, probably a range day. SPY not doing anything. I was looking over at NVIDIA. Very strong, strongest mover of the market, in my opinion, is NVIDIA. Very strong day again after a very crazy strong day yesterday. Nice trend. Came down, consolidated, pushing back up towards those all-time highs. Bob, that's probably a good way to put it as well. Walmart, one of my favorite stocks. Another new all-time high. Sometimes I scroll through tickers when I'm bored like this. What was that all-time high? Costco's about to hit 1,000. Oh my goodness. I remember when Oracle was like, I don't know, we're going to go to the daily. Remember when Oracle was like all over the place down here? Crazy gap downs, gap up, come back and test, gap up. Look at thing was hanging out at low 100s here, and then it's almost doubled. This is what, beginning of the year, late last year? Yeah. All-time high on PLTR. It's all-time highs everywhere. Alright guys, we're coming to the end of the stream. Here's our daily look. I know we slightly broke over yesterday's high, but this looks like a pretty classic inside day, consolidation day ahead of tomorrow's data. We'll see what happens. I would lean towards staying away from trading today, honestly. I laid out some of what I thought. I mean, here's your possibilities are up, down, or sideways. And if you think about what's pushing your possibilities here, up is obviously possible because we're in an uptrend. A strong uptrend, price discovery, all-time highs, no overhead, resistance, just price discovery type of stuff, right? Just people taking profits. Downside, it makes sense for a pullback, makes sense for how much we've run, but you can't be early to a pullback trade, especially in this scenario. And then sideways also makes sense just because we've ran, we need to consolidate and wait for tomorrow's next kind of catalyst that's going to move the market. So that's my thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream out. We, like I said, big things coming on this stream for next week. We're going to have the better software going. We're going to, with the visuals and stuff like that. And hopefully some more movement in the market. So right now, the movement is obviously not great. But we stay out of trades. Not losing money is just as important as making money. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. I appreciate everyone that hung out with us on the stream. Make sure you check out Edgeful. Make sure you follow all the different social media accounts. Follow me on X as well. And you can catch me. I'll be on Spaces a little bit here and there. I'll be over in the Discord trading and maybe on stream somewhere else with Jordan. I don't know. Maybe playing GeoGuessr this afternoon. We'll see. It may be just a slow hangout and see what's going on type of day. But either way, appreciate everyone that tuned in. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel as well. Next Wednesday and Thursday, I will be live again here, same time, 9:15 Eastern, about 15 minutes before the market opens. And we'll see if we can catch some trades then. And, of course, we'll continue using Edgeful to make good decisions. Like we said, we looked at today multiple things with different confluence of different directions, and as you look, when things don't line up in the same direction, here we are chopping right in the middle of it. So appreciate all of you guys, and we will catch you guys next time. Take care.